everyone, this is Monsi here again doing another Smashbook Process video. Here I'm just showing you how I use my selfie, I think it's 900. And here I'm just showing you how I set up my pictures. I usually do print out 2 pictures per 4x6 printing sheet. And here I'm just choosing 2. Well, technically I choose 3, but here I just choose 2 pictures to print out. So I save it to my library after I use, I think it's called Pic Collage, the app. And then this one, I print out another one. I want it to be a different size, that's why I do it this way. And it's of the cathedral from when I went to Mexico. And then I just use that app that goes along with the selfie. And then you just go back and choose the pictures you want to print out. And since I had a lot of trouble when I first got my selfie, but since I figured it out, it is really, really awesome. I really love it. It's so convenient for printing out pictures. But basically I had to tether it to my Wi-Fi. And then since my phone is already tethered to my Wi-Fi, then I was just able to use that as the infrastructure. Because I tried it different ways and how people online say to do it. And it didn't work for the selfie I have, I guess. I don't know. Or maybe I was doing it wrong, but this way ended up working just fine. So here I'm just going to use these pieces of paper from, I think it's Maggie Holmes. I don't know which collection it is because it's just a whole bunch of collections put together, and it's just the best ones, I guess. That's why it says the best of Maggie Holmes and then the best of Dear Lizzie. And I think I use a couple no, I think I use 1 paper from each one. Can't remember. But this kind of chevron paper. Oh, and then I use a basil cardstock paper to mount my photos. I think it's called Candy Necklace. Can't remember. So here I'm just cutting out my pictures. I did print out 3, but I only end up using 2 because I realized that one of the photos is kind of like odd since it doesn't belong with those 2 there. That picture that I just set down right there, that is actually of a different church that we went to. So I kind of just wanted to keep it the same cathedral, I guess you could say, for this layout. So I was kind of debating of doing, yeah, there it is, Candy Necklace. I was kind of debating on how to do it, and then I just ended up doing it this way, mounting my photos this way. And then once I cut the paper, I realized that my second picture there is kind of lopsided, and I had already tacked it down with glue, so I couldn't really move it. So I just put a little piece of washi tape here, and then you can't tell. And I really love this chevron piece of paper. Just love all the colors, bright colors that it has. And here I'm just taking out some wood veneers. I really want to get through these so I can purchase more, but I'm kind of limiting myself. And I think I decide to, well, I prepare this doily. I spray it with ink and everything, but I don't end up using it. And I do spray my little wood veneers with spray. And I'm actually using the Recollection spray. I use this one, the yellow one, the green, the blue. Sorry, that was gold. And that's the Heidi Swap Gold and Coral. but I do end up using the Recollections blue one as well. So I decide to do the doily in yellow. And I think I'm looking for, oh, there it is, my X-Acto knife. I kind of didn't like how it was all splotchy, but it kind of corrected itself. And I used the coral on the hearts, the green on the little flower shapes, and then this is when I use the blue on the arrow. And then I go over them and I spray them all. I dry them all. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. And, oh, I think I put them to dry. I used some India black ink on my paper just to do some splatters all across it. And I think I leave that to dry as well, because I shake it a little bit. Here I am shaking it so that the splatters will kind of move. And I added some gold shimmer to both the doilies and, well, not both, to all of the wood veneer pieces and then the doily. And here I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to layer here, because it just feels like that's missing something. And then this little banner just pops out of my die cuts while I'm trying to move everything in. I just figured that it works right there. I've been trying to use it, so figured why not. And I really want to use these enamel dots, enamel hearts, and it doesn't end up happening, I guess. And here I'm just going through my stash, seeing what all I'm going to layer. Again, I feel like that photo is just, the photos are kind of being, I don't know, they're not really popping for me, I guess. And so I decided to use these Heidi Swapp die cuts. One of them says like boarding pass, and since I was traveling, you know, thought it would be appropriate. Oh, and then I take out some twine, baker's twine from American Crafts, I believe it is. Can't remember what line it is, but I take out some orange and some yellow. And I take out a good amount of it because I didn't know how much I would need. And I decide to wrap it around the bottom of the pictures. And I just put some double-sided tape on there to hold the twine in place. And here I'm showing you the yellow and the orange. And I think I wrap it around like 3 times because I figure I pulled out enough. I pulled out quite a bit, so I might as well use it. And this page is actually a little bit bigger than what I usually do. This is actually a full 8.5 by 11 cardstock paper, and that's because I recently picked up a big Smashbook. I think that it's called like the pocket style Smashbook, and so it has, the pages are a lot bigger. So I decided to use that Smashbook to capture all the pictures that I took when I went to Mexico a couple months ago. So this is my first page in that book. Well, not literally the first page, but because technically, you'll see, I don't go in order, so it's just one of the pages in that Smashbook. And see here, I found the larger doily, and so I decided to use that one instead. I did the same exact thing. I used the yellow Recollection spray, and then the gold Heidi Swapp shimmer over the top of it. And then I put tape, double-sided tape on it, and since it was still kind of wet, it wouldn't, the tape wouldn't stay on to the doily. So I kind of had to mess with it, and here, I think the middle one is the worst one. I could not get that off, but it eventually works. And then this is where I think I decided that the mount where, well, good gosh, if I could talk, where my pictures are mounted, it kind of seems too plain. So I pull out this other piece of paper. I think this one's from the Maggie Holmes. I pull out these two pieces of paper. I only use the striped one, kind of just seeing how it'll look. But the striped one is one of my favorite pieces of paper, so I decided to use that. So here I've mounted it. And then I bought these basic gray carte postale little clips, paper clips, I guess you could call them. And I didn't realize that they were like traveling related. So I just thought that these would be perfect for this one. And I'm kind of fiddling with how I want the placement to go, but decided that's the best one. And I think this layout, I don't know why it took me so long. I think it was because I was working with such a big space that I just kind of didn't even know what to do with myself. So I had to, and I also was not in the mood to Smashbook. I have no idea why, because I just had a long week of work, but I kind of forced myself to Smashbook. So I really liked how this page turned out, though. It was simple in the way that I usually do my Smashbooks, but it had enough essence to where I was pleased with it. So here I just took a little tag. I think that's also from the Heidi Swapp collection. And then I just added some of the extra twine that I had left over. And I'm just trying to decide where I want my my title to go, basically. So I add these little banners here. And these are also from Basic Gray. They're just like label stickers. And I didn't really like the gap in between the two photos. So I just decided to put these little banners there first off. And I can't remember if I do more to the banners, but that top portion is where I end up putting my, I don't like to call them titles because they're not really titles, it's more of a description. I think I don't know if I'm creative enough to come up with a good title, so I just I use these basic gray alphas. And I spell out Guadalajara, Mexico with, I think I use Mexico is in in a bigger font. I think I spell out Mexico in Killy Perky. Yeah, these guys here. And these alphas I got from the June Simon Says Stamp card kit. And I really love those Killy Perky alphas. They're really, really nice. And here I'm just going to start adhering these guys down. And then I'm just going through my stash of stickers. Oh, well, first I adhere all the oh my gosh, wood veneers. I think I put 2 hearts at the bottom. Where I put down the best day ever little, it's kind of like vellum die cut. And then I put the little flower shapes up at the top. And then finally, I use these My Mind's Eye Now and Then enamel dots. I use the gold ones on the flowers. And then I realized that I'm missing, there it is, a little flower shape. And then I also add a couple of these. These are also from Heidi Swapp. 2 little butterflies and then this little spiral. And then I was going through my stash and a stash of stickers, and then I decided to use this little flower here. And then here, this is the Smashbook I'm using. It's quite large. It wouldn't even fit on my 12 by 12 mat, so not 12 by 12. It's 12 wide. But anyway, so I just mark here the sides of where the papers are, and I'm going to cover pretty much the back with washi tape. Well, the back that's showing, basically. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, I was having a really hard time opening up this, that washi tape from the Smashbook collection, so I just dropped it. So I'm just going to use some teals, some yellows, that coral color, a couple of blues. Can't remember. I think that was all I used. And then I do end up, I have 2 washi tapes of the Smashbook collection, so I take out the other one and I actually use the other one. And I'm sorry you guys can't see the bottom. You'll be able to see it in the still photos, but I did put some washi tape on the bottom and then on the other side. And then I just adhered my layout with double-sided tape, because I know that will hold it down. So I think that was all that I did with this page. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed.